Well, ho, 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 everyone. Merry Christmas. Thank you all so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. You could have chosen to be anywhere on YouTube. And tonight we're talking about Jack and Lilly Sullivan, who vanished from their Pictou County, Nova Scotia home, particularly their stepfather, known as Daniel. Tonight we're going to be talking about some statements that he made, particularly the Culvert, and how it stacks against another case that has to do with a culvert. Get ready. We got a lot to talk about on the other side of this.
I've walked through storms in scars and grace, smile through pain with a painted face. They call me too loud, too much, too strong, but honey, that's the reason I belong. Every scar's a scripture, every tear's a hymn. I found my worth where the light grew dim. They tried to break me, but here's a twist. I turned my pain into a clenched fist. I'm an unbreakable woman, born of fire and pearl. I shine like grace in a reckless world. You can test my faith, you can shake my plan, but I'll rise again. Just watch me I've been whispered about and written off, judged by the gloss, not the cause. But God don't build weak hearts from gold. He made me fierce and he made me bold. I bend, I pray, I roar, I rise with mascara, tears and battle cries. Don't need your crown, I forge my own. From ashes, honey, I build my throne. I'm an unbreakable soul, dressed in truth and pearls. The fire don't scare me, it lights my world. You can doubt my voice, but you'll hear my name. I'm holy and hood, and I'm done with shame. For everyone called too much, too loud, too real. You're not to anything. You're exactly what power looks like. I'm an unbreakable soul, through the fight and flame. My scars are stories, my strength, my faith. Faith in my heart, fire in my clouds, forever divine. Clutch them pearls.
Well, Merry Christmas, everyone. Thank you all so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. You could have chosen to be anywhere on YouTube. You have a lot of options anywhere on the internet, anywhere in the world, and you chose to be right here. I know your time is very valuable, and I do appreciate you spending some time with me. Today is Christmas Eve, December 24th, 2025, and it is 10:32 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. Bonjour. Hello, hello, my beautiful pearls. Thank you all so much for joining me. Hopefully, your day has been filled with joy and happiness and all the good things. And if you are celebrating alone, you're not alone. You're with your pearls, and we are here with you. And thank you so much for joining. You matter, and I appreciate each and every one of you truly. Tonight we're talking about Jack and Lilly Sullivan, who vanished from their Pictou County, Nova Scotia home on May 2nd, 2025. And I was actually wrapping gifts, and I was listening to 48 Hours on a crime, obviously. And I wanted to go over something because some of Daniel's statements when all of this, kind of took place, when Jack and Lily went missing, in his statements, Daniel says he checked all the culverts, right? And all the dirt roads, very specific, but also not very specific at the same time. Uh, it's just very interesting his wording on that. And we're going to talk about that because I was listening to this other case and I was like, there's the type. There's a type out there. There really are, and how they behave with others, specifically individuals in their home. Uh, right, husband, wife. It's mainly men, to be quite honest with you, like this, but um, kids, that kind of thing. Guys, before we get started, if you don't mind, do me a big favor and hit that thumbs up button. Would greatly, greatly appreciate that. And share the live out for extra bonus points. Really do appreciate you. I was going to make this a members only live, but then it's Christmas. I'm not going to do that. But so we'll do a members maybe tomorrow or something like that. Sally Mae, thank you so much, my dear. Really do appreciate you. Welcome to the Pearl family. Merry Christmas to you, my dear. And Portia, thank you so much. Welcome to the Pearl family. Merry Christmas to you, my love. Really do appreciate you. Good to see you, my dear. Ingrid, good to see you, my love. Merry Christmas, and thank you so much. Really, really do appreciate you, love. Thank you so much. Thank you, love. Good to see you. And Lori, man, wow, thank you so much for getting this very much. Really do appreciate that. Yes, you did one of those clips that you did. Our girl, Lori, a big, big thank you. Merry Christmas to you, Miss Lori, and your family, and all the blessings to you in 2026. I pray it's the best year of you and your family's life so far. I hope it only gets better. Kelly coming in clutch at 7 months. Good to see you, girl. Thank you so much. Really do appreciate that, Miss Kelly. Can't do without you. Thank you so much, my friend. Appreciate you, my love. And Kelly again. There we go, honey. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas, Justin. Merry Christmas to you, Kelly. Thank you so much. Miss Grace's message. Grace Armand. Grace Armand. Is that who you mean? Mm, I do not see Grace. Let me see what you say here. Which Grace? We have a lot of Graces. Hey, Kelly. Joyous. Sherry Lynn. Just tell me what they said. What they say? She lost her wrench. Now, no, Grace didn't lose her damn wrench. Grace, text me if that's you. Oh, I lost my other account and my okay, gotcha. How did you lose it? Okay. 1 second. Let me do this. How'd you lose your other account? I don't understand what you mean. Okay. Here we go. Sorry, I just started my phone back up. Maybe. Why is it not working? Oh my goodness. Come on, man. Okay. Okay. There we go. There we go. Got you. You should be good, Grace, now. Okay, guys. Sorry about that. Got it. Let me mute this thing, or otherwise it will not stop. Okay. All right, guys. I don't know where I got this broken, to be honest with you. I really don't. I've had it for quite a while. Thank you, Miss Sarah Jane, coming up. Appreciate that, my dear. If you received one of those pearl necklaces, make sure you give our girl Sarah a big, big thank you. Thank you so much, Sarah. You are amazing, my dear. I appreciate you so much, my love. Good to see you, Jamie. Thank you so much, my dear. Welcome to the. Oh, I'm saying welcome to the show. Thank you so much for your super chat, my dear. Super sticker, rather. Appreciate you, my love. Good to see you. And voices carry Merry Christmas to all. Merry Christmas, my love. Appreciate you very, very much. Voices carry. All the blessings to you and your family this holiday season and into the new year, my love. Appreciate that very, very much. Good to see you, love. Hey, April. Good to see you, honey. Thank you so much. Really needed this laugh tonight and your sarcasm. Oh, April, I'm glad somebody likes my sarcasm. Appreciate you, love. Good to see you, and thank you so much for your support, my dear. Appreciate you. Good to see you, April. Oh my God, Dr. Pepper, thank you so much, honey. That's very generous and very kind of you. Merry Christmas, Justin. Me and my mother. I know your mama. Eloise, watch you every day. Thank you for the great work. Of course, I know you, Dr. Pepper, and your beautiful mother. Thank you both for watching me. It's very humbling, and I appreciate both of you. Blessings to you both with health, prosperity, and all the good things this Christmas and into the new year. I pray and hope the best for both of you, truly. So thank you so much for your support, my dear. I can't do without you and really do appreciate that. I give it all I got here. Okay, guys. Thank you, Susan. You too, Tina. All right, guys. Yeah, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. One of my girlfriends, her and one of her sons got the flu right now. I feel so bad. Influenza A. Justin, I'm fighting 2 bad infections and I'm alone tonight. Oh, Raindrops, you are not alone. We are with you. We're with you, my dear. I hope you feel better. I really do. Just that infections just get out of you and leave your body. Leave your body. Positive thoughts. Positive thoughts. Hey, Wolfie, Mallory, Rep. Good to see you, my dear. Tina, Anna Banana. Good to see everyone. I'm alone too. I'm with you, my niece and nephew. I can't come up tomorrow. They got the I guess it's going around, Nancy. Ooh, I don't like the flu. Don't like the flu. I hope they feel better, my dear. Thank you, Raindrops. Well, we're right here with you, Grace. We're right here with you. I wish I could have went live earlier today, but I was just slammed, to be quite honest with you. All my girls have the flu. Dang. I swear I'm gonna knock on everything. The last time I had the flu, I was at Disney World. Disney World. My my twins, they were little, and I was just like carrying them around, like I was carrying one and all that. And I just thought, God, I'm tired. Ooh, I feel bad. And the more I just was there at the park, the worse it got. And I just thought, man, I'm sore. Dang, I'm sore. And by the time I got out of there, it was like, I don't know, it was like the Orlando and Daytona are pretty close together, like an hour or so. I can't remember. Not too far, but it was like the Daytona 500 or something. I don't know what it was, but all the hotels were like booked, and we like had to travel a far away to get to our hotel. And the pain in your body, oh, it's terrible. It's terrible. So and I would have like weird head pain too, just like sharp pains. It's weird. God bless anyone going through high fevers, all that. It's crazy. I hope you guys feel better. Take care of your immune system. Vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, all you can get. Seriously. Christine, thank you, Mama. Appreciate you very much. Very kind of you. Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas to you and yours. Miss Christine, you are so sweet and very kind. I appreciate you very, very much, my love. Good to see you. All the blessings to you and yours this holiday season. Hey, Carol, I got your text message earlier. I don't know if I responded back or not, but I saw it, my dear. Thank you. Yep, that's good too. Yep, absolutely. All right, guys. So, like I said, I was watching 48 Hours earlier, and I was wrapping gifts and all that. That's what I do when I wrap gifts. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to be playing a brief excerpts of for the purposes of analysis and statement comparison, and just comparison to what happened in this case versus how Daniel says what he did. And so we're going to use these clips under fair use, and I'll pause it and break for the wording as well. Now, this link is provided in the description for the full 48 Hours show. Now, I have to use it under the Fair Use Act, which I have to transform it into fair use for commentary and criticism, all of that purposes. So it's going to look weird and it's going to sound weird as well, because I slow it down and I make it a different color. I add music and I put overlays over it. So it's going to sound a little weird, but we're looking for the words here and all of that. So let me pop this up here. Maybe. Okay. And this case is out of Oklahoma. And it's just a really, really tragic case. Okay. I've got to make myself bigger than they are to use it under the Fair Use Act. And whoops, there we go. Okay. So maybe if I do that. Nope, do that. Okay. And let me try this. Nope, I'm not bigger that way. Okay, bigger this way. Okay. So we're going to watch some of this using this under the Fair Use Act of 1976 for commentary, criticism purposes, and comparison. This case, let me see here one second. This case that we're going to be talking about, like I said, it's out of it's Oklahoma, not Arizona. It's the case of Makayla Byers and Frank Byers. That was her husband. He was sentenced to life without parole after her body was hidden in a royal culvert. Okay? Just follow me here. Culverts are used quite often because they're everywhere, and it's an easy place to hide things, right? And the mother, um, see, I don't. You guys know me. I don't do. I just don't ever mix true crime and psychics. That's just me personally. Now there are others that do, and I try to respect everyone's belief and all of that, but it's just not something I do. I always try to like stick with the facts and my training, and um, I'll give you my opinion. Uh, whatever your belief is, up to you, right? But I do believe that there are maybe some that have a gift, but I do believe that God gives us all intuition. Um, and this mother, in this, she was heartbroken. She knew that something happened to her daughter. And when they were looking for her, she said, "My daughter came to me and said, 'Look in the culverts.'" Now, they use another name for culvert, and I don't know what it was. You'll hear it. You might hear it here. But I do believe in things like that for sure, because I think it's all happened to us at some point in our life, intuition or whatever, right? And you'll see here. I have to stop it every few seconds. Again, it's going to be slower than it normally is. The picture is different because I have to transform it for that purposes. Okay, guys, if you're just joining us, please hit that thumbs up button. Would greatly appreciate that. Okay. All right. So here we go.
Makayla, tell me, Mama, I'm in a tin horn.
Okay. This is the mother, and they call it a tin horn, a culvert. They call it a tin horn. Now, I call them culverts or a drain pipe, something like that. But she calls it a tin horn. And she just got that, like her daughter telling her that she was in a tin horn.
Barbara frantically started looking for tin horns.
And so this is a culvert or a tin horn, right? I think it how where you're located is kind of what they call it, right? But this is the actual culvert or tin horn.
Pipes or culverts used to divert water under roads. But there was one on day 5 that would prove her mother's intuition was right.
Ma'am, I don't know exactly where I'm at, but I'm on Hamilton Road. I was searching with my friend for my cousin that's missing, Makayla Meave-Byers, and I think that we just found her.
Okay. So this is 5 days after they were looking. She was looking for her daughter, and they were looking for their, family member, community member. They found Makayla in a tin horn or a culvert, which echo when playing the video. Damn, hold on one second. Let me do it like this. Thank you for telling me. Okay, we'll do it like this. Okay.
And out searching about half a mile from Makayla's house when they were stopped in their tracks by a strong, sickening odor.
So Makayla was found about a half a mile, right? Was found about a half a mile from uh, her house in this tin horn or culvert or whatever you want to call it.
The friend followed the intense smell down a ditch to a tin horn. He saw something sticking out. It was a hand.
This is the exact tin horn or culvert that they were looking through. Now, Jack and Lilly, they've searched a lot of that area, right? They've searched a lot of that area and haven't found anything thus far. I've also studied some crime where individuals would put them in a culvert or a tin horn, waiting as a temporary kind of space, right? Until they could be moved later, which can happen. Generally, people, you know, put them at their final place, if you will, immediately, but some people can move them.
I was searching with my friend for my cousin that's missing, Makayla Meave. And I think that we just found her.
It was the call. Just as Barbara had imagined, Makayla was in a large drainage pipe beneath the road.
She had been drug into the middle area and she was wrapped in the carpet. She had one sock on her foot. While he
Okay, so what's interesting about this, there is, I don't know if I play this part or not, but this carpet that was used came actually from a neighbor, which is interesting. You know, you talk about neighbors searching for, not sorry, you talk about the neighbors, how the neighbors have been getting blamed in Jack and Lily's case, or they'll say that, you know, there's been people's put out there that like maybe the neighbors got this pink blanket. They knew it was in the trash and, you know, reached their hand in there and all of that. And then there was also neighbors that they had found stuff out, uh, like when they were searching. It was like what they recently found. I don't know if it was like a shirt or a blanket, like a blue blanket or something. I don't remember what it was, but thought that was
was
interesting.
on TV professing his innocence.
Crystal.
Okay, so this guy that unalived his wife, he was professing his innocence on TV. You know, the entire time, and people who generally are missing a loved one, they're not out there professing their innocence, right? They're out there being proactive in their missing or unalived one's case, right? Doing every single thing they can. But Frank Byers, Makayla's husband, he was out there just professing how innocent he was.
The same way he wooed Makayla with a false story.
Okay. Now this guy, Makayla was not she wasn't an aggressive person. He lied on her and made up a bunch of stuff. And pretty much everything he blamed her of doing, or like how she was basically turned out to be him, right? And so this woman rather, that was with him prior and dumped him prior to him dating Makayla, well, she says the way he treats her. And I think we can compare that to Daniel, how he, what Malaya says he did to her, held her down, wouldn't let her take her phone and that kind of thing. Listen to this.
That his daughters were being mistreated by his current girlfriend. And like Makayla, Crystal had a soft heart.
I love kids. You know, I have kids of my own, so I just felt really bad.
Shortly after they moved
Okay.
in together,
Listen.
Crystal says Frank started to show his true colors.
Yeah. Now, it seems like when Daniel and Malaya were at Malaya's grandma's house, right? This is whenever Malaya was still, seeing Belinda, and Belinda was still able to see her kids or her grandkids. But once Daniel moved them into his territory, things change, right?
He isolated her from friends and family and controlled her every.
And then
He isolated her from friends and family and started controlling her every move. Yes. Daniel, yes. And we've spoken to other exes of Daniel, and he wanted full control of your phone. If there was any passwords, he's got to know the passwords. He wants to know every contact in your playlist or in your, your phone, and specifically no mails in your phone. Like that's not family member related, right? So it's very, very common with these jealous twerps. And in this case here that we're speaking about, Frank Byers, he was always cheating. He was the one always cheating.
after that, he just got on my back and was choking me. He had wrapped his arms around me and had his hand on my throat, and he just didn't let go.
Okay. So the last time that the final draw for this lady who got away safe, but she could have absolutely been, the victim, but Makayla was the victim in this case. But he was jealous. He got on top of her and wouldn't let her up. And she says he started choking her. Right. Which we can compare that to things Malaya has said. Malaya said that Daniel has held her down, wouldn't let her up, and would take her phone. Right. Charlotte says, this is interesting, Justin. I think Daniel looks weak and people give him too much credit. To me, he is a dangerous, vicious, and violent. I agree. I absolutely agree with that. I think Daniel is actually a coward, but I think he will take advantage of people he lives with in secrecy, right? That he will be horrible to them in secrecy, but he's not. He tries to not project that publicly, right? You get what I mean? So yeah, Bonnie, thank you so much, my dear. Welcome to the Pearl family. Really do appreciate you very, very much, my love. Good to see you. Merry Christmas to you, Bonnie, and thank you so very much for your support. Oh, thank you, Miss Charlotte. Thank you, honey. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Merry Christmas to you and yours, my friend. All the blessings to you this holiday season and the new year. That's how it usually works. Thank you again, Charlotte. That's how it usually works. You have no clue. Yes, yeah. What happens behind closed doors, right? Brandy says he tells them one thing and tells others a different story, but his motive is dark. Yeah. Okay.
Away, but was too afraid to report the incident to the police. She left Frank for good, but says it could have been her in that ditch.
It certainly could have. It certainly could have.
He would have killed me.
If Frank ever harmed Makayla, she never told her mom and sister. Sometimes they saw bruises,
Listen.
but Makayla always said they were just from roughhousing with the kids.
Oh, those bruises. The bruises that family saw, right? The bruises that the family saw here. And Makayla, she would always say, it's just from roughhousing. You know, there's always that excuse. It's just from roughhousing. I'm clumsy. I fall down the stairs. I've got 2 rubber feet, whatever the excuse is. But again, you've got to think of Jack and Lily Sullivan's case, right? Well, a 4 and a 6-year-old does not get multiple black eyes over and over and over. It's just not the way it happens. Just not the way it happens. And of course, there's always an excuse, right? Oh, Lily actually had a black eye right when she went missing. She, was playing on a toy and she, hit the ground. Well, that would bust your mouth or your chin. That's not going to bust your eye. Right? But again, people, if you see something, say something. It literally can save a life. I cannot stress that enough. Now, again, people can get black eyes. It doesn't mean they're being abused or neglected or anything like that. But it is something that you're going to see pattern behavior, right? They didn't see with Makayla here, it wasn't just a one off, right? When they would see these bruises, she would make excuses, but it's a pattern behavior. And, if you see someone with a bruise one time, it doesn't mean they're being abused or neglected or anything like that. Check the pattern. Are there any other markers of this this domestic violence of some sort? Is this continually happening? And this is something that's been happening with Jack and Lily as well, right? Malaya's grandmother said she feared that Daniel was abusing Jack, right? The school made a report because they were coming to school with bruises all the time. right before, while Malaya was at her grandma's during Easter, Jack reportedly said he did not like Daniel, right? We see the bruises in the photos over and over and over again. The teachers saw these bruises. They saw the neglect, the abuse going on. And they can only do what they can do. They can only report something. They can only, if they're not, have winter coats or whatever, they can only provide them with coats, right? They cannot help what's going on at home. That's for law enforcement or CPS, right? But again, patterns. Very, very big. Thank you, Miss Kelly. Good to see you, honey. Merry Christmas to you and yours. All right, all the blessings. Appreciate you, my friend. You received that necklace. Make sure you give our beautiful Kelly a big, big thank you. Thank you so much, Kelly, for your support. Really, really do appreciate you, my friend. Sky Painter, hey, love. Good to see you. Thank you so much. Welcome to the program. We really do appreciate you, my dear. Merry Christmas to you. All right. Oh, thank you again, Sarah. Thank you, love. Appreciate you for your super sticker. Blessings to you, my love. Appreciate that very, very, very much. Yeah, you're very kind. Kelly says these abusers have a way of making you feel worthless and have you convinced you cannot make it without them. And she lost her support, money. Yep. 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 All right. Listen to this. So the family was seeing bruises. She was making excuses.
I think if I think about it too much, it's where I will go down a dark hole and not come out.
This is her sister speaking about, the abuse and all that.
Because I did see the bruises and I just chose to believe and not question.
Everybody thinks, at some point, many people think, I'm just not going to question it. I don't want to get in their business, whatever. But sometimes, it takes someone to hold your hand to get out of that mess. Sometimes they don't feel like they'll be believed, right? And if you can get in a safe place and ask them or whatever, or at least just report it, because something is wrong. You don't think that someone is going to die at the hand of another one with any sort of violence, right? But it happens every single day. Every single day. DV, we think of like a husband and wife or a boyfriend or girlfriend. Anyone that you live in the home with, they live in the home with, right? Anyone. So think about it. Think about it. None of us are immune. None of us are special. You can really save a life.
And then maybe if I would have questioned, it would come out differently.
Bit by bit, Detective Black and her team built a profile of a murderer.
A lot of women I've heard, talk to me and read and all of this. They'll say, I've got 3 kids. Who am I going to put, all of my burdens on, right? Who am I going to put all of my burdens on? It's not just me. It's, me and 3 kids or whatever. Someone is always willing to help. Always. Always. And that's even more of a reason to get out. That is the most, in my opinion, reason to get out, because not only for yourself, but of the kids.
So this photo was
Because usually, not only are they abusing their boyfriend, girlfriend, their significant other, spouse, they're abusing many times the kids as well, right? An abuser doesn't care. They don't care. They don't. Oh my God, Kelly, thank you so much, honey. That is so generous. You are incredibly generous. Thank you so much, my dear. I really, really appreciate that, Miss Kelly. Very kind. If you received one of those pearl necklaces, give our girl Kelly a big, big thank you. Very, very kind of you, my dear. All the blessings to you and yours. I hope you guys have an amazing Christmas and good, happy, happy, happy New Year. Thank you, love. Pink Roses says, with all the red flags in that household, it's more likely something horrible happened to the kids and they're covering it up. Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree with that. I agree with that. Just wait till this. I'm going to show you all some stuff that I dug out.
taken at Walmart.
Using the date on a Walmart
1000%.
receipt found on Frank's property, the detective was able to track down this security camera. Sometimes they saw bruises, but
okay, let's see here.
match the carpet in the ditch.
All right, listen to this.
Also able to match the carpet in the ditch.
I'll help you. Oh, I got it.
To one a neighbor had given Frank and Makayla for their dogs.
You gave them that carpet about 8 or 9 months ago?
Yes. Frank took the car.
Yep. The neighbor had given them a carpet for their dogs, right? And that's how it got with the victim. And I thought that was very interesting.
Carpet that was given to him by the neighbor and used that.
About 8 p.m.
Okay. Now listen to this. Listen to this. This guy, what he did, how prosecutors told how he believed that he did the deed, how he hid her that night. And it's very interesting because we're going to go over here shortly some very old things that I have not dug out a while in this case. And it's very own words, very own quotes. And we always want to know, Daniel, Malaya, what happened on Thursday evening, right? What happened Thursday? You can tell us all about Thursday, right? During the day, but it seems like about the time you get ready to go inside the home, it just becomes an ordinary day, right? And he's asked about this on Friday when the children go missing. What happened last night, Daniel? I don't know. It was just an ordinary night. Just an ordinary night. But the neighbors say something was going on over there after midnight. And then Daniel later says the direction he went, and then he turns around at the railroad tracks and then goes back the other direction, which the neighbor had told the RCMP the very first day. that there was a car in Daniel and Malaya's property that kept going in and out around after midnight. Now, Daniel says he goes inside right about dark, 8 o'clock, that time of year, about 8 o'clock. And he doesn't say anything else until about 12 o'clock, midnight, or a little after midnight, he says. I'll show you. Doesn't say anything about the kids, anything that he did inside, all of that. Malaya says she puts Jack and Lily to bed, and then she puts Meadow to bed, and then she goes to bed herself. But what she does say is Daniel was up. Daniel was up. Daniel was awake. And that sometimes he's, doing things around the house, after they had a full day, all of that, done, put a fence up. He's, helping, doing things around the house. Listen to what this guy did. Prosecutors say this guy did. So he goes and gets his kids and picks them up from school, and then I think he drops them off at somewhere else. Now remember, this guy did something to his wife. But listen to this.
That's when the detectives believe he started to move her body.
Okay, keep listening right
The
here.
kids reported in interviews once they returned home that Frank was outside most of the night. He wasn't in his bed.
Detective Black says there were fresh tire tracks leading to Makayla's little house.
Now, this guy is outside from his home from 8 o'clock p.m., and he was outside all night long. Now, Makayla had a little kind of shed. It's like a she shed or whatever that she would work in and do things. And there is tire tracks that is back there. And they believe that he backed up there, put Makayla in, and then drove her about a half a mile away, putting her in the culvert or whatever the thing else they call it. Right? Well, I was thinking about because they said tracks were where he backed up to. Who was raking the driveway the night before in Jack and Lily's house? Who was raking the driveway? Oh, hey, Miss Joy, yes. Thank you so much, Mama. Merry Christmas, everyone. I need to set the table for tomorrow. Blessings to all. And justice for Jack and Lily. Thank you so much, Miss Joyous. Love you so much. Tell Mr. Joyous as well. Merry Christmas to all of you. Wishing you the happiest and merriest of Christmases and such a beautiful new year to all of you. Love you, honey. Get some rest and set the table. I'm sure it's beautiful. That's right, ZYG. Janie raking. She said, Janie, ZY rather says, Janie raking away evidence like footprints. Yeah. for instance, if someone is involved in that home, right, and a car is backed in to the backyard or whatever, it might leave some tire marks, right? Wouldn't that mean it was a different car than theirs if she needed to rake the tracks away? Well, Charlotte, yes, yes. And the thing about it is Daniel's car's missing. Daniel had his car, a black Kia that was really loud, and what's very interesting, I just thought of this. What's very interesting is Daniel said in one of the interviews, he says, or one of the reporters says, Daniel has a car that he's not able to use right now because it's broke down and he's got to wait until financial troubles has hit him. So yeah, there is a car, and that car that was used, according to the neighbor, says that that it wasn't there the next morning. The one old Daniel was allegedly driving in that night. Listen to this.
To the edge of the ditch, pulled her out. Frank then climbed down and dragged her into that pipe underneath the roadway.
Merry Christmas, my dear. All right, so that's that. If you want to watch the full without me transforming it, you can find that in the description as well, right? But there was a lot of similarities between what the prosecutors and police say that this guy did, who was convicted, and some very interesting cross references, in my opinion, of Jack and Lilly, how these abusers behave. Now, moving on here. Wanted to go over a few things here that I have dug out, and I've been looking for them for a while. Not this one. I'm not talking about this one, but I do want to start out with this one right here. Okay, this one right here. Dudes, anytime else see rage in J and controlled rage in DM. Absolutely. Yep. Absolutely. She actually I think he pew-pewed her. But he would do a lot of because they were getting divorced. But he would also allegedly like strangle her and stuff. Okay. Another chat today, someone said lawyer Delene T found out it was Justin and Logan at the trailer on Thursday. What? On another channel today, someone said lawyer Delene T found out it was Justin and Logan at the trailer on Thursday night. What? No, Carrie. No. They had nothing. You mean are they saying that Hold on. Are you saying that they're saying it was they were at Daniel's house? Is that what you mean? They did have their own bed. It was supposedly I don't know which one they're talking about either. It's the problem. Kelly says she missed a lot of you guys, but she loves you all. It's kind of hard to keep up sometimes. Oh, I see what you're saying now. Justin and Logan. Like, was that? Someone have to tell me where they heard that. Okay. Thank you, Wolfie. That's what I found ironic. Justin was there, but nothing has been mentioned about him since. Yeah, Carrie, I'll I'm not so sure about that. I would have to talk to Belinda. I'm not so sure about the other one. I'll just say that. Okay. What kind of vehicle does Logan drive? No idea. 309 left pizza shop, got home a little before 4. Now, isn't this just ordinary? Right? Isn't this very ordinary? Left the pizza shop at 309. He knows that. To be specific, 309. Got home just a little before 4 p.m. That's what he says, Mohawk. I got my tools together and helped work on the fence. I came inside when it started to get dark around 8 or so. Kids are already in bed. Well, that's a problem. Because the kids were not in bed, according to Malaya, on those documents at 8 a.m. or 8 p.m. Yeah, I know he doesn't live with Janie. I know where he lives and stuff, but they were supposedly having trouble at the time with their marriage. Thought MBM said she had a video chat with call from her mom. She did. He says gather tools. I know. Of course it does, because that's when it happened. Hold on, my mic just went out. 1 second. Can y'all hear me? Oh, 1. Can y'all hear me? Okay, yeah. Now you can. I came inside when it started to get dark around 8 or so. 8 or so. Kids are already in bed. You don't put exclamation points for kids are in bed. I flicked the kids' room light around, he puts 12 p.m. Daniel, that's 12 a.m. Boo boo. Anyway. there's a lot with that because Daniel knows exactly what time he left the pizza place. He knows what time he got home. He knows that he got his tools. He knows that he worked on a fence. He knows what time about what time he went inside. And he knows that the kids are in bed. He knows that he flicked the lights on. But it was an ordinary day, and there's just not much to remember. Right? Now, May 2nd, went to bed. I still remember that I sat on my bed. I gave Malaya, hold on one second. This is wrong. One second. Let me find this one. Here is Mr. Mathtel talking about Jack. He didn't want to go to school either. He refused to get ready. I would get up to help Malaya. You didn't that morning, though, did you? It's very interesting how Daniel wants to be this superhero, right? Superhero Mathtel. He says he puts them to bed of them at night. He gets up of the morning. He'll leave work because if Malaya gets overwhelmed, he's Mr. Mom. But he didn't put him to bed the night, right before they go missing. He doesn't get up that morning or anything like that. And so his actions is not matching his words. And if your actions aren't matching your words, that means they're just words. They're lies. Malaya in the document stated, Daniel really helped when I was overwhelmed. And it was many times. I left work 4 or 5 times. My employer told me to help with the kids. Right, Daniel. We're going to get to some very interesting stuff here shortly. When we both woke up, it's hard to remember if it was me or her, but I think she said, "Do you hear the kids?" It's a tough question because waking up from sleep, then your world changes on a dime. You forget things so small like that. He's minimizing, but he's maximizing it where he can, and he wants to minimize it where he can as well, right? Can't remember if it was her or him who did this, right? Remember if it was me or her, but I think she said, "Do you hear the kids?" But Daniel, that's Malaya said, she said, "Do you hear the kids?" But remember, Daniel, you said you was not even close to being in a deep sleep. So how do you forget these things? That is, yes, the TV was on, sandwich. Yes, according to them. Which is why us creators can literally shred the morning that they say happened because you can't remember something that never happened. Right? If you actually live through it, you're going to remember something that is so important. Has anyone ever woken up to chaos or traumatic news or something bad happening? It sticks with you, right? Or just starting, something happening that's not that even big of a deal, but it sets your day off on the wrong foot. Of course, we all have, right? But she says, "Do you hear the kids?" It's a tough question because waking up from sleep, then your world changes on a dime. You forget the small things. That's where it starts. That's the initial pinpoint. If Daniel is sleeping, right? If Daniel is sleeping and she says, "Do you hear the kids?" That is the pinpoint. That is the paramount where it starts. That's where the trauma starts, right? I woke up. Malaya woke me up. She's like, "Do you hear the kids?" I said, "No." Right. I don't think Daniel or Malaya was ever like, "Do you hear the kids?" I don't think they gave a wooden nickel. Right. And first of all, like I've always said, when you first wake up, it takes you a few, at least 15, 20 seconds to get your bearing straight. Right. You're not, they're not infants. Right. Whenever you have infants, you're already, your mind, your subconscious mind is always listening, looking out, even when you're sleeping, right? Most of the time. They're not that infant anymore. Now, Malaya does have, Meadow, right? But you're not going to be like, you wake up, do you hear the kids? You're going to be you're going to be listening for, a little bit, right? Is there a TV on in there or whatever? It's not how it works. That's not life. It's just not. But he says, you forget the small things. Wait till we get to some of these other quotes that Mr. Mathel. This is Daniel's text message. She called 911 when I ran up to the cabins and yelled, "Get the kids, got the kids," which causes mom to come out and confront mom. What is he's saying there? She called 911 when I ran up to the cabins. Well, that's very interesting because Daniel said the opposite last time. He said, when I got down back, she was already on the phone with 911. But here he's saying she was on 911 with 911 before, as he's running up to the cabins. And yelled the kids, which causes mom, well, he was yelling for the kids, I guess, which causes mom to come out and confront mom. I arrive a minute later, got in the car and checked culverts and the dirt roads. I checked Lansdowne Road. Imagine that, which is exactly what the neighbor said happened at, I don't know, a little after midnight. And I didn't see the blanket during the drive. I returned home and RCMP just got there. So about 14 minutes after the call was made. That's his own words. 1 second. That's exactly right, Charlotte. Why would you check culverts specifically? Why does Daniel say that he was up in water until his waist? Very specific, isn't it? Like, oh, I might be trying to get ahead of something, wouldn't you think? Might be trying to get ahead of something. Mama G coming in clutch, girl. How you doing, ma'am? Thank you so much. Mama G, Mama G, Mama G. Listening, my eyes are bugging me. Why are your eyes bugging you? Why was the wrench put above the door only on that night? Wasn't an alert if anyone entered, as door could not be locked. No one could see the door open because D was in the bedroom with rugged M, in my opinion. Brandy and Indy says, and the RCMP already had the witness accounts before the text was made. Absolutely, by DM. I think he found out there was a witness, but he didn't know what they saw. That's why he adds he flipped on the light. The itch. Oh, girl, you need some eye drops. You got some allergies. Maybe. Or alert Malaya was trying to sneak out. No, there was a fight that night. There was a fight that night. And I think there was slamming doors and all that stuff, in my opinion. I think they broke the door. Wasn't he concerned that the wrench would come down on one of the kids' heads? Of course not. That would make too much sense. Horse gone wild. Right? Someone slept on the couch? No. Mm. Here, he says, I wasn't with Malaya for the 911 call. Here he says, yes, but Lilly came in twice that morning. Meadow was in bed with us. Okay. So he says, Lilly came in twice that morning. All right. Here is part of the document. Malaya said she does not think she opened her phone or sent any messages around that time, meaning before she called 911, other than she sent this email that the kids were missing, or not missing, but weren't going to be at school that day. But that's not true, because remember, Malaya contacted her mother, but her mother was outside feeding the horses, right? When Daniel talked about water to his waist, it made me think of when you fish with your hands for one of those catfish or whatever that hide under the water in the holes in the ground. Yes, Janie said Malaya was, yeah. She told Janie that the kids were in the woods. I don't think she said the kids were in the woods. Janie said with her own mouth, she said that the first thing I thought of is the woods, right? I don't know. Golden Star coming in clutch at 11 months. Merry Christmas, Justin. I can't believe it's been almost a year. You're the best, truly. Thank you, Golden. Love you and appreciate you. Merry Christmas to you and yours, my friend, and all the blessings to you and yours in the upcoming new year, my love. Appreciate you very much. And Plant Lady coming in clutch at 18 months. There you go. Merry Christmas, beautiful pearls. Merry Christmas, Plant Lady. Appreciate you so much, my dear. You're an OG, and I appreciate you. Thank you so much. All the blessings to you and yours in this Christmas, in the upcoming new year, my dear. Okay. So we know Malaya called her her mom. Now, which was a missed call. Janie's getting phone calls. Malaya's making phone calls. They're both up at 6 o'clock, right? They're both up at 6 o'clock calling mothers and brothers and all of that. Now, look what Malaya says here. She did call her mother and her grandmother after she called the police. Yes, she did. But that's a whole separate phone call. You also called before Malaya. She said he used Text Plus because it allowed Wi-Fi calling. She since deleted the app because she doesn't need it anymore. Yes. Yep. Yep, she deleted that app, y'all. Isn't that something? She don't use it anymore. Throw it out. Throw it out. Find that very interesting. Oh, of course. Yep. Nothing has ever gone. I don't care if you uninstall that app. I don't care if you stomp the phone, you burn the phone, you throw the phone away. I don't care if you get whatever. If you have done it on the internet, it is there forever. Forever. When was the app deleted? Very quickly. Well, she left Saturday, right? So she would have deleted it, I would assume, them, because she was at her mom's where she had good service, right? She did not use Text Plus to call 911 because it does not let you. That is true. That is true. You can't call 911 with Text Plus, but you can with your regular phone. You don't need an app for that. And she knows that. Everyone knows that. Yep. She deleted the app the day after she left. Bingo. The 3 kids, including a toddler, and they are lying in bed all morning, not tending to their needs like WTAF screams negligence or on drugs or just don't give a and those poor little kids. Yeah. Now, Malaya said during the day, Daniel had erratic behavior toward the police officers. She thought he was very standoffish. And Daniel thought they weren't doing enough. Oh, why not walk it? Love you, darling. Thank you so much. Now, this is what we call forced. Forced, right? It's understandable at some point, if now, for instance, or a week after the kids vanished, for you to think as a parent or a family member, the police aren't doing enough. We still haven't found them, right? It is not that way in the beginning, right? The police, I think they made errors in the beginning, big ones, in fact, in my opinion, but they did a lot. They did a lot. They were there very quickly because they were already in the area, and they had drones up there within 10 minutes. Daniel is playing reverse psychology, is all he thinks he is, at least. That's all. But everyone that I have talked to that was there during the search said that Daniel was very standoffish. He wouldn't look anyone in the eye. And when he was around there, he was like a tornado. Like a tornado. Interesting, huh? Malaya said she was up on Friday night. 'Cause it's Friday night and I'm feeling right. Friday night. Oh, what a night. Ooh, lordy. Merry Christmas, Janie. Feliz Navidad. DM must be exhausted by all the gaming and deception. Exhausting thinking of what acrobatics his mind does. I know. Charmaine has a photo of the inside of the trailer. To trailer park. Let's go around the outside, Can't stand that eventually RCMP doesn't work. I think the thing that I don't like, the part that I don't like about the RCMP or the Canadian system is they are so easy on their interviewing tactics. So easy. And I think they needed to go a lot harder, in my opinion. Just my opinion. Here we go. Malaya said she was up late on Friday night. Where was that? She put Meadow to bed, but then stayed up. Daniel came in and just went to sleep. She thought he was tired from searching all day. This is after Jack and Lily vanished. Right? This is the only night that they stayed together afterwards. Okay. Friday night. And I don't It was very tense between those two, I bet you, Friday night. But it was very tense. Because people can say, or Daniel can say, that Malaya didn't want to leave. She said she was so comfortable with me and all of that. I beg to differ. I beg to differ. I think, just like, in my opinion, they know what happened to the kids or no more. I think she had to play it cool. And it was just, she had to play it all cool. That they might have knew what happened to the kids. And if they were fighting, they couldn't let anybody know. Daniel came in and just went to sleep. She thought he was tired from searching all day. She said she only got a couple hours of sleep. It was after 3 a.m. the last time she checked her phone, and she was up again around 6 a.m. Boy, tell you what, Thursday night into Friday morning, and Friday into Saturday morning. Ooh, they were tired, I bet. The two children were both sick. What the hell, and why did she take them out? You wouldn't know that they were sick. You wouldn't know that they were sick. They were running around town like nothing was going on. Right? Except maybe a bruise on Lily's eye. That might have not went well, taking her to school whenever they had seen bruises and CPS had been there. Right? Okay. One second here. Let me find this. Now, this is where this is Malaya's account. She said when Daniel was looking for the kids, he opened the front door. He put a wrench on top of the door the night before, and it didn't fall down. Didn't. Okay. So Daniel said they must have gone out of the back sliding door. The door was shut, but the kids would normally leave it open if they went outside because it was so heavy. Her words. There are times when they would close it. Malaya said Lily and Jack did not normally wander off on their own, but would if, and that is Daniel's kids, were there, but not by themselves. Malaya said she had a conversation with Janie in the yard and told her the kids were missing. Janie got ready when to look for them. She told Malaya she heard them outside playing and Daniel yelling. Okay. All right. Let me see here. I'm checking something. 1 second. Okay. Malaya said Daniel's father owned over 100 acres of land out near Barney's River, which is a wooded lot. Okay. One second. I'm looking for something very specific. We're going to get back to that part. Okay. Search dogs couldn't find the scent past the driveway. Okay. This is very interesting. We'll go back to that. But Lilly went missing for about redacted, and she had called 911. Janie got her coats and boots and walked around looking for them. Daniel was searching for them. Her brother called again around 10:19 after that happened. Okay. All right, listen to this one. Here we go. Merry Christmas, Patriot girl. That's funny. Oh, that's so cute. Okay. Listen to this. You remember how I said in the case where we were just looking at how everything, the guy that unalived the woman before she was deceased, he would accuse her of doing stuff when he was actually the one doing it, which in my opinion is very common with a lot of times people that are always saying is cheating are the ones actually cheating, or the ones that that blame you for this, they're the one that actually does it. But Daniel says here, Malaya became violent coming up to the disappearance. Wow. We forget about that one, don't we? Daniel says Malaya became violent? Projection101.com. Yes. Math tell. The one who says that he says Malaya's violent. Leading up to the kids going missing. Or was it Daniel? The one who his very own children blamed him of being violent with Jack and Lilly. Told CPS that. Daniel's text. I can show you that. I've shown it before. What was leading up? Leading up to the kids missing. Right there, he says it. Absolutely. Brandy and Indy. Again, I think Malaya is a POS. When she got with Daniel, and I think all her inhibitions left. But now there has been people, there has been others that says Malaya would like allegedly lock kids in and stuff like that. And these are Malaya's children, and she's not doing shit to find, look, anything in the public eye. Right? Leading up, and this is Daniel's own text right here. Malaya became violent coming up to the disappearance. That is projection 101. I think that Daniel was violent, in my opinion, and he was getting more violent. Why? Because he knew it was over. He knew Malaya got a car, got her car legal just a day or two max, 24, 48 hours before the kids go missing. When is the number one time for something really bad to happen in any type of DV? It's when they're leaving. I agree. I think they should have been removed as well. They should have been placed with family members. Yep. She was getting her autonomy over her daily life. Exactly, Scott Painter. Yeah. Daniel's projecting here. She used to hit me all the time, but as a man, you don't want to speak out on that. She became aggravated easily by me and the kids. Who do we have when it comes to accounts of abuse? We have way more accounts around Daniel Martell by the people that know him, right? They all say he was the one. His kids say he was bad to Jack and Lily, to the CPS. That's right. He's projecting here. Everything he says, you might as well, in my opinion, not look at Malaya. Look at him. She became aggravated easily by me and the kids. Malaya and her family and friends group all joined together to make my life hell with CPS2. With CPS2. Now that's very interesting. The looking good to see you, my dear. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas to you and yours. How you doing? Merry Christmas, my love. All the blessings to you and yours. This holiday season and the upcoming new year. Appreciate you. 14 months. You're an OJ. Thank you, love. How can the mother be so silent, not speaking or searching? Because she knows what happened, in my opinion. He even hung Jack upside down in the closet for 2 hours, allegedly. That has been said, yes. I don't know. But that has been said. But, a lot of things have been said. Now, it's amazing how he projects Malaya was the violent one and how she had the short temper and with him and the kids. But, you've got the math man, smoking the math in the bathroom. But, someone that smokes the math has no aggression tendencies, do they? Daniel says, I know, and I showed you guys these text messages. I know that a lot of people lets rugs destroy them, but it doesn't mean I've always been able to handle it. Listen, doesn't matter what kind of thing you do, you do it, like Daniel says, every day for years, it controls you. It controls you. Nothing wrong with being addicted. Right. Addiction affects all of us in one way or another. Okay. 1 second. One second, guys. I got a text. Wolfie, I still don't know exactly what you mean by that. Do you think someone is cooperating with RCMP secretly? I hope so. I hope so. Malaya and her family and friends group all joined together to make My Life Hell with CPS2. Now, what's interesting is when Jack and Lily went missing, they wanted Meadow out of there. Right? And remember, it was Daniel that they mainly wanted away, the kid, Meadow away from. Right? Remember, Daniel couldn't see his other kids either. Neither could Janie. Right? Then Malaya could still see Meadow. She was still living in the same place with Meadow, except she couldn't have Meadow, but she fucked that up herself. Right? That's right. How about telling CPS the truth? I only get to see Meadow under supervised visits, and my ex-wife will not allow me to see the other kids because her lawyer advised her not to. That's an absolute lie. If you can't see, you cannot. That's not the way it works. That's not the way it works. Advised me not to, her lawyer. That's not the law. You still have a right to see your kids unless the court or CPS, meaning they have the court do that, says you cannot be around any children. Right? I'm aware of that, Vanessa. It's still very pertinent that he's a bag of shit. He cannot be around any kids. That's the way it is. And then he says, because her lawyer advised her not to, Malaya is silent, speaking for itself. I've become desensitized to judgment and always speak openly. Right? Okay. 1 second. I think we all like. Okay. 1 second here. I'm trying to figure out which one I want to read. This is where Scott Armstrong with the Nova Scotia's minister of Opportunities and Social Development confirmed in an interview that the agency had a file on the children, meaning Jack and Lily, prior and Meadow, to their disappearance, but said it would be inappropriate for him to discuss the agency's findings. Right? Okay. Okay. Now, Daniel here, get this. Get this. Merry Christmas, Vanessa. All the blessings, my dear. Do they also have to be rug tested to see children? They're supposed to be. Yes. Okay, now look at this. It was done on Wi-Fi. Well, let me read this one first. What is your estimated time of the 911 call? This is the last thing that I want for now. Daniel says, it was done on Wi-Fi calling, and investigators asked for that number a week ago, so Malaya didn't tell them she called with Wi-Fi, I guess. But she said she turned off her Wi-Fi. Now he is, Vanessa. Now he is. He wasn't before. Hey, Merry Christmas, everyone. I'm tipsy, so forgive me if I make any sense. That's okay, Jenny. That's okay, love. Appreciate you. Good seeing you. Yeah. So, what is the legal reason that Daniel and Janie are not allowed to be around the children? What's the weather? What's the weather? Well, I think he does see his two kids, the other two kids now. I don't know if Janie can see Meadow now or not. But there's that. Okay. Yes, that's what she stated. So again, there's a lie right here. There's a lie right here. She says that, or Daniel says that she called with Wi-Fi. Malaya said she had to turn her Wi-Fi off, which never made any sense to me. Anyone else find it interesting that the latest update, they were talking about Jack and Lily and immediately went into domestic violence, etc. I mean, it would obviously, I agree, April. I think it obviously goes together. It was the same segment, right? They used to be 3 children living on Janie's property, 2 of them, Jack and Lily and Meadow. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay, let me see what you mean, Wolfie. Um, I'm going to have to talk to you about that, Wolfie, before I read that, because I know what it means, but I don't at the same time. Janie said she couldn't speak to attorneys, but neither would take her case, in my opinion. Yeah, they wouldn't. Yeah, she did say that they wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole. I mean, I wouldn't, Janie. Until you see the screenshot. Okay. Yes, that's what she stated. I don't understand you say it. While in those messages that was sent, she is that she made a call. It's just saying outgoing, and that it was, hold on. It was done with Wi-Fi. Daniel says, yeah, we seen the screenshot, and it was a Wi-Fi call on Talking Sunny's around 10:01. Okay, I found this very interesting. This was quite a while ago, but it says the investigation team from the Northwest Nova Major Crime Unit has referred this matter for support in seeking your consideration for its inclusion to the program, as they believe there are individuals who are privy to information that could result in locating Jack and Lilly Sullivan. I recommend this case be added to the rewards for major crimes program for a period of 12 months, in which the status of the file will be reviewed by the Northeast Nova Scotia Crimes Unit. Yeah, that nonsense that you have to turn off your Wi-Fi off, and that she deleted her app because, she didn't use it anymore. She's a psychopath or a narcissist. I think she was just trying to clear her ass, just like Daniel, in my opinion. Let me tell you something. If your kids go missing and you are using a fucking app the night before, even, you're going to get rid of that app? Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, right. Right. Justin involved himself in the beginning and recorded Daniel with the garbage can. Sure did. Yep, sure did. Well, I can't say Justin did that. All I can say is Justin, according to Daniel, which is truly the biggest liar that I have ever covered. Provable lies on many, many things that he has said that I've ever covered. Hold on. He was okay. Janie says, Daniel and I were both out searching for Jack and Lilly from morning until dark, while Malaya and her family were the trailer, drinking coffee and eating. It was a fun family reunion. Merry Christmas, Jen. Good to see you, honey. Sure, they all lawyer up is why Justin is not saying a damn thing. Nobody should have been in that trailer. They should have been on the property. They should have put tape around it and said, we're getting y'all a hotel room. Daniel says here, I'm not impressed with investigators, not even informing me or mom. I should release all the information I brought to major crimes that would point fingers. Dun, dun, dun. It's undeniable, and I hold back. Thank you, mathematics man. Thank you to the mathematics man. If Malaya isn't involved, then why would she call 911 and make up a lie? anyone. Malaya knows. Malaya knows. Just like Malaya has told individuals, you can ask Sonny this or any of, that she woke up that night around midnight and she caught Daniel in the bathroom doing the math, which is very interesting because Saturday, before all the shit hit the fan, the one person or the family, they heard Mr. Mathel in the bathroom, right, making all that noise and all that racket. And there were drugs in, right? So it sounds like that's where Daniel really was smoking his rocks, in the bathroom. Yellow tape should have been wrapped around the whole place. Why the RCMP let everyone. I agree. I agree. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, April. He was pissed when the dogs came in without him being informed first. He changed his tune quickly after that, but it was too late. He had already opened his big mouth and threw a tantrum about it. Merry Christmas to you, April. Merry Christmas, Mallory. Blessings to you, dear. Appreciate you. How does Daniel know? How does he? All the information he brought to major crimes, right? I'm going to go with that. I'm going to read that one tomorrow. Okay. This is the media. I've only got a few more minutes. So, this is some quotes from Daniel from the articles way back. Then it meant she knew her kids weren't coming back. Daniel was also upset that Malaya left. Quote, I've been the only one there for them, end quote. He sobbed in an interview, quote, she can't control them. Only I can. They act out whenever she's there. That right there, Gypsy, Merry Christmas, Feliz Navidad, Zelda. Good to see you, darlings. So, get this. That when I think of that, I just got this image in my head. Because Daniel's always saying, she can't control him. They act out when she's around. You know why? They were comfortable with her. Malaya. Jack and Lilly. You were their mother. You were supposed to be their comfort, their fortress. Anytime they needed you. And when Daniel would do his shit, his math shit and paranoia and anger and flipping and all that stuff, you should have been there. And when they said you were around, they would act out. No. They were more comfortable with their mother. They were, in my opinion, fearful of you, demon Daniel. Why not? She spoke very mean to Belinda. This and that, out of respect. It's a message, not a voice. I just cannot imagine. It makes me want to cry. I can't imagine a parent crying out to their mother or their father, their caregiver, the one that theirs, right? And just not being consoled or comforted or anything, and you just let the man do his thing. This stepdaddy, mom's boyfriend. He's not a stepfather. They act out whenever she's there. She only gets me to calm them down or get them to stop fighting or feed them or get them up and put them to bed every night. She was asking me to do everything. It just breaks my heart not to ever see everybody, which whatever that means. Daniel said in an interview that evening before the kids disappeared. Do you get that? Daniel said in an interview that evening before the kids disappeared. Did you catch that? Did you get it? Do you get it? Do you get it, Carol? Daniel said in an interview that the evening before the kids disappeared, everyone was home. He said he spent the evening working on the fence in the backyard. It was a night just like any others for the young children, he added, though he couldn't remember what time they went to bed. But he says Jack and Lily were already in bed by the time he came in at 8 o'clock or so. Inconsistency. Okay. There is, however, at least one account of strange activity at the mobile home that night. The RCMP spokesperson, Corporal Carly McCann, confirmed the police received a tip on May 8th from someone who described hearing a vehicle come and go from the mobile home throughout the night before the children were reported missing. Now, it is technically documented May 8th, but the neighbor said that he would speak to them, but he didn't want to get in the mess the day they went missing, right? He said, I'll do it, but I won't give you like a form. So a neighbor who spoke to the Globe said they reported this information on May 8th. This must be the other neighbor. The neighbor said they were working on a vehicle in their own yard when they heard the same loud 5-speed car and go from the trailer about 6 times from midnight to 5 a.m. After the children's disappearance, the neighbor considered it important information and reported it to the police. Daniel told police that the Globe on May 5th that the pink blanket found in the woods did not belong to Lilly. Again, this is a clipping from the actual article. How about that, mother chickens? You hear that? Daniel initially told police on May 5th, 5. They were missing on the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. So he had 3 other days. 3 more days. And still was telling everyone, even though Daniel says in DT's channel, he said, when I heard that they found a pink blanket, Daniel, I said, a pink blanket? And I immediately put 2 and 2 together. And I went out to the trash can. And I looked in, and there saw where there's a rip in the bag where it looked like someone put their hand in. Hey, Jamie. Thank you, baby. Appreciate you, my friend. Thank you so much. Before baby should be alive and vibrant, giddy, excited for Christmas. Yes. Let's all do a virtual prayer for them. Christmas Day, I will be lighting a candle. I adore you, Jamie. God bless you for that. That makes me want to cry. Yeah. They should be excited for Santa Claus tonight. I wonder how Daniel, scratch that. I wonder how people, parents, caregivers, who know they did something on nights like tonight, do they have to get so blitzed out of their head to function, to make it feel okay? Do they just sleep it away? Does some not even think about it and not care? I feel really bad for Belinda. I hope her Christmas is good. Daniel initially told police and the Globe on May 5th that the pink blanket found in the woods did not belong to Lilly. But he later changed his story. In a subsequent interview, he suggested the blanket was planted, taken from his week-old garbage. The only thing that's garbage Daniel beside your story here and your lies is you. He also claimed 2 of his sweaters mysteriously disappeared from his home after the kids went missing, but he declined to elaborate any further. Joyce, no, that's complete bullshit. That it's listen, it's clickbait. That stuff is. You'll see if it's an AI channel, don't watch it. In my opinion, don't watch it because it's full of shit. It'll just like these clickbait channels do. 5 minutes ago, right? Star of Hollywood Walk of Fame uh died in her sleep, after being at Macy's to yesterday. Bullshit. Yes, that is correct. He later told DT the sweaters weren't missing, that, oh, he found them. He found them. Yes. That's
RCMP, open up.
RCMP. Open up. Wait. Ah, Daniel. Damn, Daniel. I'm really old, but there was this Vine. Remember the Vine social media? And it was this guy, he said, damn, Daniel. Damn, Daniel. Damn, Daniel. Remember that? Anyone? One second here. The struggles didn't end there. Malaya described Daniel as controlling, and she had wanted out, writing in a message to Belinda on June 15th that I never wanted to stay there, end quote. Belinda wrote back saying she wished Malaya would have reached out. Quote, we would have done what we could have to help, end quote. Malaya, I know, she says. My mom is saying the same thing. Cindy, Malaya's mother, declined to be interviewed. After the children's disappearance, Malaya also confided in her paternal grandmother, Connie Brooks, a member of the First Nation. I apologize, I don't know how to say the First Nation's name. She described how Daniel would hold her down and take her phone. Shit, what I do. Quote, he was having her, I don't know what you call it, scared. She couldn't go anywhere, do anything, end quote, Connie said. Quote, that is what she told me, and that's what I told detectives, end quote. Mm-mm. What is this? It's so crazy. We'll go over this tomorrow. It's almost 1 o'clock. Oh, Daniel. I still think that they are in the water. BS on him. I think that they are very close to water. Burial seems most likely, could be buried under the pine trees, etc., to hide disturbed ground. I don't think they are buried any longer. In my opinion. They are both out of the search area. Oh, I think they are. Yes, I would say. I would say 5 to 11, 12 miles away. Maybe even closer, but I don't know. He looks at the TV and tilts his head. You ain't nothing but a hound dog. Oh, that's so sweet, Cassie. That's so sweet. All right, y'all. I hope you all Merry Christmas. It was Christmas Eve when we started this live, and now it is Christmas Day. Yay. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. I'm going to pull over someone in the chat who was driving in and out of Thursday night, Friday morning. ZYG, I'm pulling you. I'm doing a chat pullover right now on this Christmas day. Well, according to the neighbor, that was Daniel's car driving in and out of his home. And that loud vehicle would certainly, you would think, wake up Miss Dun 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 Junkyard Janie. Right? She would certainly wake up, I would think, wouldn't you? It's very sad to me. These two should be opening up Christmas presents in a few hours. You too, Sue. Thank you. Not going to stop. Not even on Christmas. Love you all. Appreciate you. God bless each and every single one of you. If I don't see you technically today, but I'll say tomorrow, Merry Christmas. I appreciate you. I will be here tomorrow evening. So probably won't be too late tomorrow. But if I don't see you, hopefully you and yours have the merriest of Christmases and the brightest, happiest New Year. Hopefully I'll see you before New Year, though. That's for sure. Poor Tucker smells like an ashtray. I know. My dog does not smell like an ashtray, Mohawk. Listen, Tucker is a well cared for dog. Your dogs wear cologne, so does mine. My dog wears my Pall Mall cologne, to be exact. He smells like Pall Mall 100s. You jealous, mother chicken? You jealous? I know Daniel's a little jealous of little Tucker. Little Tucker. Hey, Gypsy, what's up? Tucker probably wants to run too. Well, why do you think they were building the fence? That's why they were building the fence. That's why it's so high too, so it couldn't jump over. My God, I can't imagine. Soon the Timu wheel or HJ. Right, Wolfie. Merry Christmas, Angel Wings, summertime. And Merry Christmas, April. I will be singing like a canary on the 30th for you. If you could get a good photo of Tucker's face and eyes, I'd ask an animal communicator to see what Tucker has to say. Sarah, there is a video of Tucker. He's probably like, help. Mother declined to be interviewed. That's very suspicious. I don't know. Love you guys. Appreciate you. Take good care. See you guys in a little bit. I'll be live probably 5-ish p.m. Eastern Standard Time today. Love you guys. God bless. Good night. Justice for Jack and Lilly Sullivan. People know. And we're not going to stop until they find out.